Everybody's saying that bodies are washing up on the on shore, and they're deportees, the people who were supposed to be deported, but they washing up on the beach in shackles. That is terrible, but not shocking.
Deportation is going great. It's going great. We are getting the hardcore criminals out of here, and we are loading them up by their shackles on their hands and their feet, and we are loading them on military cargo planes because they deserve the best flight back home.
More and more shackled bodies are being found washing up on the shores. Somebody's got to do something about this. Anybody?
I knew there was something else bothering me about cargo planes being used for migrants, for deportations. And I finally was able to put my finger on it. It's the flight manifests. It's the idea that when you're not using passenger planes that go through normal airports, that the layers of oversight are thinner. You can see here, when deportees are transported on military or government cargo planes, oversight layers can be thinner because they're not subject to FAA commercial rules. Military and government flights aren't regulated like commercial airline flights, reducing external accountability. There's less public transparency. Flight records, manifests, and destinations may be classified or exempt from Freedom of Information Act requests.
Hey my people, welcome back to the channel. I hope that from wherever you all are watching this from, you are doing all right, and hopefully God has protected you and preserved you very well. I appreciate those that engage with the content, share it, like, and give me super thanks. A very big shout out to my members as well that continuously support the growth of the channel. We have another interesting episode, and this is for information purposes only. But yeah guys, it looks like there's been bodies that have been washing up on the shores, and people are not understanding what is really happening. These bodies are showing up with shackles. My goodness. And it looks like they cannot tell where these bodies are coming from. There's a lot of, rumors that are being put out there, but let's watch and listen to a few of these speakers. We'll come back and talk about it. Just do me a favor, like the video, share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And yeah.
Everybody's saying that bodies are washing up on the on shore, and they're deportees, the people who were supposed to be deported, but they washing up on the beach in shackles. That is terrible, but not shocking. Our government has done and continues to do some crazy. I don't talk about the conspiracy shit I be reading because I know 99% of it isn't real. Just like we don't know if those people are deportees. It just sounds like it makes sense. With that being said, calm yourselves. I'm sure if they were going to do something so disgusting, they would try to hide it better than that. Or maybe I could be wrong and these people are purely psychopaths, but I think that they would be able to identify somebody. I don't think that those are deportees. I think that there's a better chance that like the cartel dumped bodies somewhere. I don't think that deportees are washing up on the shores, bro.
Deportation is going great. It's going great. We are getting the hardcore criminals out of here, and we are loading them up by their shackles on their hands and their feet, and we are loading them on military cargo planes because they deserve the best flight back home. Yes, they are getting so much space on these planes, they don't have to worry about the leg room. And yes, it costs more to fly these planes. It takes more fuel, but are they not worth it on their trip back home? And yeah, the back of the hatch opens up mid-air if we needed to, and just in case they want to view, just in case, we're America the Great. Who are we to not get them home safely on a really great flight? You feel me? And one question at a time. Don't confuse me. One question at a time. They have nothing. These are not the same people that you are finding washed up, shackled by their hands and their feet. No way. No way are they the same people. No way are these the people that we deported. It is a coincidence that they are shackled by their hands and their feet. It's a coincidence. We are America. We would never do things like that. We walk the straight line. We do things by the books. We got those people home safely. We gave them the best flight they ever had back home. Okay? Those, they're not the same people. They are not the same people. Deportation is going great, and we are pushing forward. Yes, we are pushing forward in our process, and who's next?
I want to be very clear that I have no reason to directly connect these two stories. These are two unrelated stories. The reason I'm sharing this, however, is because we are living in a time when we cannot afford to be naive. We are living in a time when we need to pay attention. And changes have been made to our government that cause it to not be doing its job. Firing of inspectors general. Purging the highest ranks of our military officers. Preventing members of Congress from performing their oversight duties. So what you have here is you have one story that migrants in the United States have been routinely shackled at the waist, wrists, ankles, and loaded onto cargo planes. Not just cargo planes, but cargo planes with the rear doors that can open mid-flight. Completely separate story. 5 corpses with their hands and feet bound have been found floating in the sea off the coast of Majorca. And since January, 31 bodies have been recovered there. Again, no reason to have these two stories directly connected, but we cannot be so naive as to think that things don't happen. I very much would like to know how it is that people are ending up floating up on beaches in the Mediterranean, shackled. This article here suggests that they're believed to be migrants who are attempting to travel the dangerous route from Algeria to Spain by. I don't. What migrants travel in shackles? That's something I very much do not understand. What do you mean that they're believed to be migrants who are attempting to travel the dangerous route from Algeria to Spain by boat? So, this is one story. This is another. The other part of not being naive that I want to pay attention to. So you have to ask yourself, and I know there are a bunch of people out there who are ready to jump in and say, oh, no, it's more efficient to transport people by cargo planes. No, it's not. No, it's more economical and more efficient to use passenger planes for people, for passengers. You can get more people on the planes. They are more cost effective. Cargo planes are not cost effective. So forget about that argument. So then why do you do it? Well, maybe they're doing it to create fear, to create a sense of terror. All right. Another concern is maybe they're doing it to condition, both to condition people who get loaded onto planes to think this is normal, this is just how we do it, don't worry about this, and to condition those of us who are watching. So that when you've got somebody like me who raises concerns, I'm made to look foolish. You know, hey, why are you worrying about that? There's nothing really going on here. It's just the way we do things. It's conditioning us to think it's okay until such time as it's not okay and it's being used for more nefarious purposes. And of course, then we've got our potential worst case scenarios of why this is being done. We cannot afford to be naive. We cannot stop paying attention. We do not have sufficient government oversight, making sure that more nefarious things don't happen. And extremists have been welcomed, taken into the fold with this current administration. And so even if this current administration is not ordering atrocities, the extremists that they are in bed with will read between the lines of the things their great leader says and take actions on their own, thinking that they're aligned with the cause. I knew there was something else bothering me about cargo planes being used for migrants, for deportations, and I finally was able to put my finger on it. It's the flight manifests. It's the idea that when you're not using passenger planes that go through normal airports, that the layers of oversight are thinner. You can see here, when deportees are transported on military or government cargo planes, oversight layers can be thinner because they're not subject to FAA commercial rules. Military and government flights aren't regulated like commercial airline flights, reducing external accountability. There's less public transparency. Flight records, manifests, and destinations may be classified or exempt from Freedom of Information Act requests. Internal manifests only. Passenger and cargo manifests may be maintained solely within DHS, DoD, or contractor systems with no independent auditing. And fewer witnesses. Cargo flights typically lack civilian crew or third-party personnel who might raise concerns or report abuse. And contractor loopholes. Private contractors operating these flights may not be held to the same reporting or disclosure standards as public agencies. The bottom line is these flights can operate in bureaucratic shadows with less public visibility and weaker checks. So that makes me all the more concerned that when we're using these methods to transport migrants, whether deporting them to their home country, to third-party countries, to prisons in third-party countries, the lack of oversight just leaves a lot of room for things to happen that we don't want happening. And I think we need to be on top of this.
Now we done went from 34 bodies washed up ashore all the way to 61 bodies washed up ashore with their hands and feet shackled. Y'all cannot tell me that this is not genocide against Hispanic people. What's going on in America right now in front of our eyes, for us not to be furious and outraged about this, I don't understand. Half of the people that stay in America that can be so heartless and not care about other human life. Do y'all realize that this go on to the Hispanics? It can happen to us too, man. And I'm going to keep dropping these videos, and I'm going to keep supporting Mexico, because I'm going to keep calling the devil out on his evil actions. Real talk, man. This is a must that we unite and we stand up to ICE. If they can't come around without that mask on, they need to be laid down and put out of their misery, man. This make me sick to my stomach. Do you not realize that these are mothers, fathers, children that are getting treated like the Jews in the Holocaust? This is not right, man. Real talk. Everybody needs to go make a video about what's going on right now until the whole world know that they are dropping people out of cargo planes into the middle of the ocean to be devoured by sharks. And the ones that make it to the shore, they're not making it alive, man.
In World War II, everyone's excuse was, we didn't know what they were doing. We didn't know. Well, you know now. You know now. What's your excuse going to be? You know now. I mean, come on. They're putting incinerators into, what's Alcatraz? Yeah, don't believe me? Google it. Don't believe me? Google it. They're finding people washing up on the beaches that are shackled together that were thrown out of cargo planes. Don't believe me? Google it. Google it. What's your excuse going to be? You didn't know? Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Because the reality is that we're in a world right now that's doing some pretty messed up things, and people do know about it. What are they doing about it? What are you doing about it?
So this morning I woke up and this is what's bothering me. The people that are washing up on shores shackled together. And the fact that the United States of America is taking people and shackling them together and supposedly deporting them outside of the United States of America without due process. And we don't have fingerprints, we don't have pictures, we don't have names. We even have like attorneys saying we can't locate people. We don't even know where to go and search and where to find these people. How do we even know that these people that are washing up are not people that were supposed to be deported from the United States of America if the time is not taken out to take their name, to take their fingerprints, to take their picture, to say where they were picked up from, and to say where they're going, and then a reconciliation to show that they arrived to where they were supposed to go? How do we know? And for anybody that is okay with this happening, you are a very inhumane, demonic human being. And you deserve to be in the pits of hell, right along with Lucifer. Because how can you have a clear conscience knowing that people are being deported and taken somewhere that they've never been, but there's no name, there's no fingerprints, there's no picture, there's no way to track that they even arrived to that location? How do we know that we're not seeing history repeat itself in a different way, but this time instead of Germany, it's taking place in America? That's all I got to say. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
I really hope it ain't true what ICE is doing to these migrants. This is bad enough that they just going around snatching everybody up from their jobs, their homes, their families, in public, whatever they doing, you know what I'm saying? Embarrassing as it is. Whether you came here illegally or not, you're just trying to make a better life for yourself and your family. But I heard that they putting them on planes, cargo ships, cargo planes, you know, the big planes with the back part that drop down where you can drive like vehicles and stuff up in. They all up in there, and they said they throwing them in the ocean, man. I don't know how true this is. This is just what they said. They said they throwing them in the ocean, dog. Then in the Mediterranean, they done found like 62 bodies shackled up, washing ashore. I mean, so is there some truth to this? Is these two different situations? Because what are we doing, man? This is crazy. Then we got alligator Alcatraz. Like, what? I don't know, man. I don't know. That's just what I heard. TikTok, just for entertainment purposes only. I'm just repeating what somebody else said. Hope everybody having a good day today. Y'all stay safe. I love y'all. Peace.
I pray that what I just heard, what I just read, is not true. I pray. Supposedly, I've actually seen the photos and some of the videos of women and children, and of course men, being shackled and led into a Skyvan, which is world famous for its ability to open up its rear cargo doors mid-flight to allow parachutists out. Also to C-17 Globemasters, which is the same thing. Open up the rear, allow people to jump out. I've ridden those in the military. They opened up the back of them all the time. And supposedly there's flight data of these particular planes going out to the middle of the ocean into international waters, a couple 100 miles off the coast, and then turning right around and coming back, allegedly empty. We've heard this, now there's, I don't know if you know what happened in Argentina when it became a dictatorship. There were people who were very against it, and of course those people were arrested. They were shackled, put onto one of these planes, and this is from first-hand pilot accounts, by the way. These are from statements and testimonies from the pilots themselves. They would fly out into the ocean, open up the back, and push them out. I pray that what people are alleging is happening right now with people who are in ICE custody, who are in custody of ICE. I pray that these rumors are not true. Because if they are true, all I have to say is that the words, "I was just following orders," "I'm just doing my job," not a credible defense. Because I tell you what, there's a lot of people in this country that have nothing left to lose. And people are going to get angry. People are already angry, but I'm talking like there will be an anger brewing. And anger will explode, the likes of which nobody wants to see or has seen. And these guys, these individuals who are wearing masks, you still have to go grocery shopping. You still have to go out in public. You still have a family to worry about. You still have to go about your regular day, not just when you throw on that tactical vest that you got from the Army surplus store, from some surplus store, and throwing up a makeshift mask that you found that makes you look cool and look intimidating. You'll get identified. My point of what I'm saying is that I hope and pray that none of these things are true. And then, yes, deportation flights are happening, and we're doing whatever we can on the legal side to stop it. But if they are true, and you participated in any of that, accountability will come. Accountability will happen. And I'm going to keep saying it. If you see something, say something. You need to keep highlighting these things as they occur. There's a genocide happening in Israel right now, and I think the words that we have been avoiding. What's going on here in America right now? This is the beginning of a genocide. This is how it starts. We're starting to see a genocide here in America right now, and I think we need to face that reality. this is what happened. Some people's, and I absolutely blame MAGA for this. That your need for revenge and your need to own somebody and your need for hate is going to allow you to be okay with what we're doing to other human beings because they're happening to somebody else. Remember the phrase, and then they came for me. Because we need to remember, we need to face this uncomfortable reality that there is somebody that's up in Washington, D.C. right now who believes that there should only be 100 million Americans, 100 million people living in America. That's what he believes, that only 100 million people can only exist in the United States right now. So, if you see something, say something. And like I said, we need to call it out for what it is, for what's happening right now. Right now, we are in the beginnings of a genocide. And it's about time we had that uncomfortable conversation. Because if you support this and you're cheering for this, you're cheering for a genocide. And you are an evil person.
What does not make sense at all is the fact that the government cannot make out where these bodies are coming from and why this is happening. They can't even identify these people. I feel like if it were MAGAs, they would quickly identify who they are and where they are coming from, right? And I think at this point, it is not going to be easy to convince the general public that these are people that are just coming from other countries that entered or used the most dangerous routes and all of that. Still, people will be questioning, why are they in shackles, right? Because we know and we have seen a lot of people that you deport in shackles. You're the only people that have shown us that you deport people in shackles, okay? And besides that, it's going to be very difficult for people to take this, whatever kind of information that comes from the government, because let's not forget, this is the kind of government that literally is ready to sue and accuse everyone that lets inside information about, the government and what's not going on, right? As long as you put that information out there, the government is ready and willing to sue you for being a domestic terrorist. That began with this whole Iran thing, okay, because later on information came out that they did not create as much damage as they portrayed, okay? And I think that they created these lies, baseless lies, okay, to convince to the people that believe in this government that we are still capable, we are still the superpower, yet in the media and everywhere. And we are not saying that America is not as powerful or anything. We know that it is, right? In terms of weaponry and all of that, right? But let's also not forget that it is a laughing stock. The way it has been dealing with issues lately, especially under this administration, is literally like the worst, okay? So a lot of people have lost trust, not just the outside world, but even Americans. They are starting to see the lies these people spread just to cover up. Okay? And that's exactly what they are doing, okay? People are believing that this administration is not being honest and truthful about these bodies, okay? And from the look of things, this started in January, okay? And if we can remember very well, that is when the mass deportation started, okay? So, and I know for sure there's just a lot that are not even put on the media, okay? And let's not forget that there are people that are actually passing in ICE custody. There's a Haitian lady, I think there was a baby. Yeah, there's a lady that literally lost her baby. There's just many, because literally almost after now and then, they are showing or they report a few things that actually people are dying in custodies. The conditions of living in these custodies are also so bad, okay? So how are you going to convince people that these are not the same people that you were deporting? I don't even know. And to even make matters worse, they are saying there are people that actually are tracking these, flights, okay? And they are saying that whenever these flights go, they don't reach where they are going, but rather they stop somewhere and then they circle back and go back. Like, okay, these might be like just baseless rumors, but I believe there is no smoke without a fire. There should be some fire somewhere for smoke to occur, okay? So, but it is just, really, really confusing. And let's not forget the, alligator Alcatraz that they've opened in, in Florida. And it's crazy how, jokingly, the leader of this administration says, they will have no way of escaping, because if they try to escape, then the alligators will. Like, Banange, who says that and who does that? Sometimes I don't want to define people and be like, oh, this person is evil, but let me just be honest, the characters of this man are so evil, okay? Literally trapping someone in a place, and they don't even know how long these people are going to be in these detention facilities. How, like, ridiculous is that? They don't know, okay? And contrary to the belief that they sold out there, that they are looking for, the criminals, the worst of the criminals, the people that they are getting, the people they are rounding up, are not even close to that, okay? They are literally getting rid of that temporarily whatever for the Haitians, okay? And these are people that are hardworking. So what was he talking about? And then all of these, disappearances, and then all our people that are appearing, yeah, and then these bodies that are found, it just really leaves a lot of people confused. But at the same time, they are not willing and ready to accept and take the answers that this government is giving, because everyone knows now that this government is a liar. They will literally produce and make up stories just to make sure that they cover up for the evils that they are doing, okay? If these people are literally willing to go against those that have been within their inner circles, that don't agree with them anymore, now imagine what are they going to do to black and brown people, okay? So it is just so ridiculous how the United States has literally turned into Yasi, Germany, to be honest. It is scary. It is very scary. Some of these things for us we see over here and be like, man, what? Yeah, so I don't know, but you guys, what do you think? Do you think these people are literally doing this to the people and then throw the bodies? Because it's very possible. These people are ruthless. But anywho, those are the rumors. This is just for information purposes only. If you have anybody that was deported, please make sure you keep checking on them. And another thing for me that doesn't even make sense is the fact that they get deported to countries where they don't come from. Like, what is that? Anywho, check on your people and stay safe out there. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I think from me for today, that's it. I love all of you, and I'll see you in another amazing video. Just do me a favor, like the video, share it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're landing on here for your very first time. This is a new month. I'm just being hopeful. I love all of you, and stay safe, and God bless you.